All right. I'll get rid of the buzzing sound so I can talks to ya. Bonjour, good day. Welcome to another episode. I thought I'd share some thoughts with you today while we watch what do they call it? A time-lapse video. Alright, yes. I did a time-lapse video about a week ago of myself finally getting down to the nitty-gritty of my deck. Now, let me share some stories about this deck. I moved into this apartment about a year ago. And when I first went to visit it, I thought to myself, what a dump. Maybe I'll put in a video, since I don't actually have a video online of what my place used to look like once upon a time. Fast forward, and so I started doing stuff right away, the bathroom and painting of the walls and moving furniture around. Anyways, fast forward to maybe 3 or 4 months ago. My folks were coming to visit, and so I had the proverbial match lit under my bum to really get shit going. So I cleared up the house and yada yada yada. And once they finally got there, a week or two, maybe 3 weeks in, actually it was like a month in, I decided, let me finally tackle this deck, okay? So I'll throw in a little video of what the deck looked like when I came to visit the home once upon a time, right now. And as you can see, there is a deck on it now. We went from that to a deck. Now, what am I doing? I am positioning in a jigsaw puzzle form. I am positioning these slats that I salvaged from a demolition job. Now, a note on these slats. Back in the day when they used to put up walls, they would build a frame, and then they would have these horizontal slats going across the wall with about an eighth of an inch, maybe a half inch in between, but about a quarter of an inch in between the slats, okay, all along. And then on top of that, they would put plaster. And this is how houses used to be made. Thick wall plaster, and then you would shape the wall in essence. If you wanted to add some textures to it, you would do that too. So these are wall slats from a building that was built circa 100 years ago. Okay? Now today, they no longer use that method. They use drywall, also known as gyprock. You frame the wall and then you insulate it if it's an outside wall, or if it's an inside wall and you want to have a sound barrier, you insulate it and then you put the drywall. That's how most people do it today. There's something to be said for traditional methods and the techniques that people used yesteryear to build stuff. Now, I saw these slats and I said, whoa, okay, that would be perfect for my deck. It's going to be a deck video. Yeah, I'm going to talk about building my deck and what joy it has brought to me, and why I think people should really invest their time and energy and thought and their intent into building something that not only enhances their own life, but will remain for others to enjoy long after you are gone. The royal you. People ask me, what do you do? Did you go to work today? I said, I work every day. What do you do? Well, I create everlasting beauty. Anyways, I'll get onto that a little later on in the show. So this is me working at, I don't know, midnight or something last week. And actually last Friday, this was me, or last Thursday perhaps. Little spliff break. Just putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. And as you will see, the process by which it takes to create such a thing is long and arduous. And somebody recently said, you do a little bit every day. A project like this, obviously, it's my home, so the carpenter's home has the worst cabinets, that kind of thing. The shoemaker's shoes are always the holiest of holies. That's not true. It shouldn't be. You should start by beautifying your own space, and then every time you come home, you will see the result of your labor, of your effort, of your work. So there I am, there I go, putting it all together. Now, I'm simply just placing it right now. I wanted to get a visual of what it would look like when I, what the final result is going to be like. So, in future, of course, I won't go through the dry run, as they call it. You're just seeing, because why would you have to? You already know what it's going to look like, and the end result is always even more impressive than what you initially imagined, because you kind of you discover new little details along the way. Excuse me for that. So, creating everlasting beauty and putting your efforts into something that will remain forever, ultimately, and forever being for now. If it's done well, then there's absolutely no reason why the next person who comes along and inhabits this dwelling would have any reason to tear it down. Now, this building itself is a complete disaster. As you can see what the place looked like when I got it. But if you're going to spend the majority of your time somewhere, why not beautify it? Why not beautify your life? If you're spending the majority of the time, all of the time living your life, why not beautify it? Right? And I go through creative spurts where I envision certain things as they're being created in the process, and then I say, okay, that's how I want to do it. And then I stumble upon something else, and I go, oh, you adjust, you readapt, you change your initial plan, but always kind of getting better, At first I wanted to do it like this. In the end, I ended up doing it like this after lots and lots of... Oh, John is reaching out. Okay, I'll deal with you in a second, Johnny boy. We're in the process of talking about building stuff, enhancing and beautifying our lives. Yeah, I mean, if we're not going to do it for ourselves, who is, right? If you don't love your life, if you don't wake up every morning and say, thank God, whew, yeah, I'm loving it, not in a forced, fake kind of way where some people are just by default putting on a show to disguise their absolute misery. But you did it to yourself, man. You wake up one morning at 65 and you go, oh shit, what did I do with my life? What do I have to show for it? And this is where having a family, having children, passing on your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience to the next generation that's going to carry it on. This is where in lies ultimately the purpose of it all. Yes, we all have different purposes, and the path that was set for you is unique and was set for you, which is why the path is narrow, because it allows but one to walk it. But I digress. I would like to make an announcement at this point, if I may. I have recently enlisted as an honorary member of the Auto Hoax Army. The Auto Hoax Army. This is part of coming around full circle, or 180, or full circle really, when you have studied reality, because you have activated your eyes so that you can finally see an ancient proverb. When you come around full circle and realize, yeah, there is only one way, or rather two ways, to go about venturing into this subject matter that we like to venture here at the establishment. We like to venture into is, the phony fake show, the hoaxes, the media fakery, all that. Well, are you a auto believer, or are you a auto hoaxer? Well, I'm an auto hoaxer because until now, everything has been proven to be so. It's not a question of we see different things. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. So something that is a lie can never be true, and something that is true could never be a lie, no matter how you want to slice it. The butter is still butter. So, Auto Hoax Army, look into it. I think it's autohoax.com. Brought to you by my good friend at IPS, who seemed to take a joke very wrongly the other day, but it's okay, I understand. There you go. Sweep away, established 1983. Sweep away. See that little shelf there? I built that. Temporary holding for the plant life on the deck. And when it will be done, it'll be kind of floating and not sitting on those four legs that are holding it, but just rather floating, so you can kind of maybe throw some baskets under there. The next step, of course, is the deck, and not the deck, excuse me, the roof. Yeah, drink some coffee, buddy. It's fun imagery, no? I think it's pretty cool. There he is, on your knees. Don't say established 1983, never got his hands dirty. I mean, how can you not be into this? You're building something that you imagined in your mind's eye that you will use and that will forever beautify your life, your experience. When I bring people out onto the deck, I'll be like, yeah, like the deck? Huh? That's 100-year-old slats, son. All in line with the only law of the land. Do no harm. Hashtag do no harm. Hashtag create or die. Hashtag I do not consent, therefore I do not participate. Backslash, if you believe it, use a dummy. No, you can't call people dummies. That's not nice, right? Don't call people dummy. Just tell them, well, with all due respect, sir or madam, or both at the same time, if you're into that sort of thing. With all due respect, you are mistaken, gravely mistaken. Unfortunately, you have been misdirected, as all of us have, and therefore there is only one choice, which is to stop resisting, and you will live a glorious life. No one died, no one got hurt. It's a thing. Yes, look into it. And when you listen to people like IPS, who recently had a live stream with my man Brian Staley, when you listen to people who have expanded their thought process beyond the scope of the average and realize, well, yeah, that is in fact the only way you can truly go with. It's the only direction you can truly go with once you see through this thing called the grand deception, the big stage. Right? The world is a stage and we're all actors on it. Well, yes. And we are equally responsible for the state in which everything is. So the more you auto-believe, in essence, the more you're perpetuating the dire state in which it seems the dumbed down, hypnotized masses have adopted. And it's through no fault of their own, of course, because they don't know any better, right? Voila. There it is. And at the end of this, I'll throw in a little video of me and my buddy nailing down the initial pieces. Maybe a few more photos. In fact, I don't think I'm going to edit this. I'm just going to take the whole screen capture, and I'm going to show you the video of what it looked like once upon a time. Now instead of before, where you were expecting it to show up. Huh? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that something? All right. So we've got that. Oh. You want to see a really big zucchini? Okay, St. Henry. Where are we at? Here you go. You ready? Grand preview of grand. This is what. This is the apartment that I took on. Can you believe that? Why are you not turning? What's wrong with you? Can you believe that? Huh? Who would have moved into a place like that, right? Well, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Did I take some pictures of the bathroom? Oh, that's what my kitchen used to look like. That's hilarious. That's it. Look, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's what it looked like when I moved in. Oh, let's go into the bathroom. Aww. It's so cool. There we go. That's the action shot right there. Oh, closet cabin. Oh yeah, that was fun. Anyways, let's go back to the beginning, and we'll do a little video, and I'll end it with this. So, create or die, and if you're not doing something positive with your life, something that will bring you everlasting joy and pleasure, then what is the point, right? So, check out autohoax.com. No BMG? Why no BMG? And I'll leave you with this. So have a great afternoon, and I'll see you soon.
This is the kitchen. This. Oh, excuse me. Okay, sorry. Excuse me.
The guy got all worked up. The guy got all worked up because I was filming his room. Get out of here. Anyways, from everybody here at the establishment, we wish you a lovely, lovely day. And thank you for tuning in. And remember, do no harm is but the only law of the land. Okay? Good stuff. One more for flavor? One more for flavor, and then I'm out. Peace.